day, Obedience, and welcome to Hope Alive on Obedience Family TV. Today na another day, and today we still dey court. Labour Party and P2B, our principal, still dey court for today. They do that hearing because you know say we don't enter the main hearing for tribunal, and now waiting everybody they focus on now. And as we dey tell una every day, say we go dey bring una updates, even though they say make we no do live stream. Whether live stream or whether no live stream, we go make sure say every day updates go dey drop for that court as waiting they happen. Una know say yesterday they adjourn that case and they bring them to today. But before they adjourn them, we get some certain things wey happen for court yesterday. For example, the two main issues where the court look into now that double nomination where Senator Kashim Shettima gets, and again that $460,000 for feature of drug money where they on top Tinubu name. Now these two main things court look into where. And even though Labour Party lawyers don't come out, still talk say INEC up till now never even give them all the evidences where they need for this case. But they still able, they managed to get hold of the US Embassy letter information where they use like arrest warrants where they want take arrest Tinubu for concerning that narcotics $460,000 for future. And unfortunately, the court, they admit that particular document, they accept them. So now all those things follow for the evidence. And even the Labour Party lawyers where they did yesterday, they explain everything for us. Because if you still join us for this video, no go anywhere. Mr. Kanu still there, and he go still explain these things one by one. And again, on top say they say make we no live stream. No me say we no go they get things from that court, because we even get the transcripts. That is the dialogue between the witness of Labour Party yesterday and the Tinubu lawyer where they ask them question. We get their conversation word for word. All the questions where they asked them yesterday, we get them. So stay with us if you know say you want to see those things where happened yesterday. And still, today again, we still there for court. And our principal, again, as he take the come with Ahmed Dati, they still stand up for court today. And we go still bring more updates. So don't go anywhere, still stay here. Anyway, that one another issue, and bringing updates about this removal of fuel subsidy and everything where they surround them. It never even reached 2 days where this thing happened. It can't be like say the price of everything don't hike up. In fact, this morning self as they come out for house, normal bus where they enter where they collect 200 naira before. Now they collect 400 naira times 2 of what we they spend before. If you ask them, they go tell you say, we they buy for 600, we they buy for 700. You know get choice. You go enter. Even if you get your own personal car, maybe you go still buy fuel. You go still go for fuel station buy fuel. Now even if you seek fuel station where they open safe, and we still get some people for streets where they complain about certain things concerning this removal of fuel subsidy, because it affects everybody, whether big or small. In fact, make we even listen to some people where they streets as it take they affect them, as it take they choke them for body. Make we listen to them.
What I've heard is that no provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone.
It is not the first time the polity reacts to issues around fuel distribution and sales. This time, it's clear and unambiguous. Government is no longer interested in paying for some of your bills when you buy petrol, which is fuel subsidy. What will tomorrow bring? Today is not tomorrow talked about yesterday. So in the commercial city of Kanu State in northwest Nigeria, long queues have returned. Down to the old rich south state of Rivers, some fuel stations were closed while others have jacked up the prices and are selling between 350 and 500 naira per liter.
General text message can go all around, maybe from MTN, Glo, Airtel. They can go around and send general text messages to people. Okay, from tomorrow, so thing and so thing will take place. There will be changes in so and so thing. And these are your own, these are the principle that is guiding this policy. No principle, nothing. That way, everybody will just go ahead and start doing whatever they like. As I speak this moment, I've heard some people bought it for 600 naira in the same country. Who asked them to sell fuel for 600 naira, for goodness sake? This is not...
Still from the pronouncement, and next door neighbor, people appear stranded at the petrol stations across Yenagoa, as most of the petrol stations are shut.
5 liters when I buy for 2.5 now, I never work reach 1,000. The money, the fuel don't finish.
502 naira per liter. It's going to 700.
In a Del state, it was a bit heated.
We bought fuel at 450 this morning from Kama. That's why we are selling at the rate of 500.
Hello. Let her break it.
No, that's not true. There is no sales without an invoice.
Going up to the capital city, Abuja, few queues exist, but the prices are the same. Already, stakeholders in the downstream sector have reacted in a statement which reads in parts. The Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria, MOMAN, and Depot and Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, DAPMAN, applaud and endorse the pronouncement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the phase-out of the petrol subsidy regime. We appreciate the clarity of policy from the Tinubu administration, a direction that signals a courageous and pragmatic shift in our nation's economic trajectory. Of quote. Clearly, there's been a disruption in supply, leading to the big question, how long will these queues last? What price will become the new range? Will some entities join in product importation? Will things pan out as planned by the federal government? What will tomorrow bring?
This one now how we take the affect Nigerians for body. Now una they see so. And I don't say you will be viewer where you did yourself. I don't say you self you go don't feel the pain small. Comment under the comment section. Tell us how we take the affect you. Tell us how much they sell fuel now for your area. And again, make I talk one thing, make una understand. Nobody is against the fact that fuel subsidy should be removed. No be waiting with the talk. Waiting with the talk be say they for don't make alternative plans we go counter this kind of situation where we they see now for the streets of Nigeria. If to say you sit down, think and well, stay with people where na them this kind of thing concern, the people where they be marketers of fuel and all those things, discuss the proper way where you go take handle this thing. You know, we just come out, can't talk say fuel subsidy is gone. I beg. Now this thing they still do us for the time where they talk say they won't bring new naira notes. Nobody talks say to bring new naira notes na bad thing. In fact, if you want change them, turn and make it day fine. We go still appreciate them. But the problem be say you know make proper planning, you know, you just do them like that. It can't they affect everybody. In fact, we even see say some people die because of that particular thing. You see, as the situation take bad. So if these things they plan and where do them stage by stage, we go they avoid certain things where we they see for here. In fact, Minister of Labour and Employment will be Festus Keyamo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, tweeted something on his Twitter account where catch my attention. I can't say make my people make una see that particular thing. Festus Keyamo talk say a section of the press is mischievously twisting the narrative to read that Tinubu's government has removed subsidy. That is not correct. Tinubu's government has merely inherited a regime where there was no provision for subsidy in the 2023 Appropriation Act as from June 2023, and the Petroleum Industry Act, which is now extant, has no provision for subsidy. Now this same regime where in the talk say Tinubu's government inherit, now the same regime where be Festus Keyamo, therefore. Now, and he even talk say the press they carry mischievous narrative, say Tinubu no talk say he go remove. My people, thank God say una see that video from when we start, where he talk say fuel subsidy gone. Una see am abi una no see am. Now why I talk say this kind of thing they suppose they take proper planning before you go execute them. Now this same Festus Keyamo sef will be Minister of Labour, we promise Nigerian you'd say he go give us employment, do this one, do that one. But now still carry money, go outside the country, go they invest them, go they buy property, do this one, do that one. when we get Nigeria where you feel invest your money if you really want help the state of Nigeria, you don't see am. And na this thing Charlie boy they talk say our mumu e never did too much, e don't dey too much. Make una remember wetin happen for 2012 during Goodluck Jonathan regime. If una remember am, use am compare wetin dey happen today, you go really understand say our mumu e don too much, and we suppose dey do something about this situation where they go on. Anyway, my people, not to stray too much, today na the matter where they court we still dey focus on. And as I don't talk am before, Mr. Kanu dey here. In fact, Dr. Telba dey here, and they go show us the conversations wey go on for court, the question and answer. That court go dey very interesting, because if you hear these questions, you go dey wonder say, now lawyers they ask person this kind of question. So my people, make you stay with us and join us. And my name is Peace Obiekwe. Mr. Kanu, well done.
Peace, well done. Our people, good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending on where on a day. Today, peace don't almost hit them like say back and forth as they take the pain Nigerians. The only thing when I won't go straight to the issues where they caught now, and waiting they happen for court now. But I go just mention anywhere where you watch us, make you for tell us in the comment section how this fuel matter they happen for that side. It go help us they report things, because some people where affect fitting say the other people where they carry motor, where they ride their own private motor, say you know affect them. Now their money, then they buy them times 2. So even if you get your money, you think say you know affect you. Make your comments for the comment section. Tell us how much where you buy fuel and for which side where you buy them, so that information go they flow well. Please don't talk all that one. I no one go back to all those ones. Dr. Teba, they join me for the discussion of waiting happen in court. We know say today PO day court, and yesterday also in day with Dati, and waiting the witness they court where they talk for court now we won't bring come word for word how the thing take happen, the areas where we say we won't bring out, so that we'll hear how the thing take they happen for inside court. Even as they want tender BIVAS where we say na INEC bring come for the records where they come out from BIVAS, where they don't agree finish, say all the records where INEC they carry come, say make nobody protest, so make they agree before they go bring and come. As then they bring that very BIVAS to be admitted into evidence, 9 APC and Tinubu lawyers begin the protest inside court. Talk say then they disagree, make court, make tribunal admit them. However, we thank God say tribunal don't already admit them, talk say they go carry them as evidence, and at the thing where they accept as evidence, now be the thing where they go talk. So Dr. Talbot, plenty talk day to day from court, and I want make you greet our people so that we'll start immediately before time go begin to give us signal now.
So I shall say they go give us better clarity, the direction of what is happening in the court. You know, don't say that one ain't concern me plenty. I don't even want to go chook mouth for the one way peace don't talk, because wait till enough expect. No, even before election hold, the former government of APC said they don't form transition committee. After 25th, on the 1st of March, Mahmoud dashed presidency to who he like. At least from 1st of March, where APC their power and the APC say then go take over power. If they are organized, if they are people who understand what governance is all about, then no suppose they plan, they think, they say, okay, as the budget where we get, the provision where we get concerning subsidy no day, these are the plans where INEC don't make us potential presidency to take over. These are the plans. So that on the day of inauguration, you go kukumat say, for 3 months, I don't carry and plan how I go about subsidy, so that make the world know. President just waka climb stage, tell us say subsidy no day, and KM will come here, come the yarn opanka. Now you know what in your opanka? He come enter here, come they tell us what you know sabi. Can't Keyamo be ashamed of himself? I'm sorry to say this. Because a government that knew they would, a set of people that knew that they would take over in 3 months' time, they no suppose plan, at least plan something, carry that in where them plan. Tell us on the 29th. Or are they trying to tell us that it will take them another 3 months or 6 months, just like the previous government, before they go give us plan for the subsidy? Which kind of thing be this? And now, see what in fuel they cost. As we talk, all of them, they drive official vehicle. They know they buy the fuel. Anyway, Obi Tokam say, na excellent part, na go determine excellent outcome. Obi been they talk when media houses, they ask him before election, the plan when in gate. I will remove subsidy, but this is the plan. This is what I will do. This is what I will do. So even before election, in gate plan. But it is obvious that this new government, they no get plan. And this is what you enjoy by planning not to plan. I beg, make we go court, Jerry.
Okay. Yes, I beg, we dey go court. Yesterday, we promised them as we want go. 9 Labour Party lawyers come they assemble for press conference. You know, saying outside the court, now then they get that one. So first, make we take waiting, then talk as we take promise that yesterday. Then we go to waiting happen inside the court. Now. I beg, make una show that very video where we say our own people where they follow us, they do this thing, take from that very place. I beg, show, make we hear waiting, then talk. Then we go start from there.
We have the certified true copy of the entirety of the record of proceedings from the District Court of Illinois in the United States of America, where $460,000 were forfeited in the proceedings that you will see that involves what appears to be narcotic dishonest substances. So those were the documents we tendered through PW1. They were duly pleaded, we served them, they have it, and everyone has it. So that's what we have done this morning, to bring them before the Honorable Court to see what it will make use of it, and they were all admitted, subject to whoever the order said that they will do whatever objection they say they have at the conclusion. But they were all certified public documents, duly paid for in the United States of American dollars. Well, the one they gave to us, Exhibit P A1 to 4, are from them, but there are still other relevant documents. As you heard my leader earlier in court, we have issued them what we call subpoena for them to produce. Because they are all public documents, you are entitled to it, I'm entitled to it, everybody is entitled to it upon payment. So they should give us, and they shouldn't hide it. I expect them not to do so, because if they hide them, you will ask questions, why? Well, I have not read it. I have not seen that judgment from the Supreme Court. But I think that facts of our case are facts that we need to plead and prove. And we have tendered some documents. So when we get to that bridge, we will cross it. I have not read it. So when I see it, then I will be in a position to tell you. But there is what we call obiter dictum, statement by the way, and the reason for decision. We'll get there, and then we'll be able to do a distinction.
So, okay, my people, and I don't hear how Labour Party and P2B's lawyers, how they take explain how it take waiting there for courts and waiting they start with, and wait the question where they act. So we go start with this very forfeiture case. The one where we say the criminal forfeiture, because me I call them criminal because the money is derived from criminal means. Then talk say na drug money. So we go start from the person will be say for screen, then don't even drop this very particular one. Now be the one where then they talk say they don't pay money for America. Then don't stamp from America for a duly certified one, and then paid in dollars to get them. So now in this lawyer they explain say this very particular matter say in the 9 be the thing wey court take. Now, make we see the person wey come testify, one of the witnesses. Make we start with the transcript. Wetin dey involved, and I know say we no go fit show video as they no allow live this thing. So make una help me project. Make we take the major things wey come up from there, then they ask the question. If una look here, we have just created a short transcript between the witness and the court. You know, the witness is a practicing lawyer, meaning say the person na lawyer in be, so you know wetin dey on board, no be small pikin wey no understand thing. So Labour Party and P2B lawyers, they prepare, they understand the things. So now the witness, you start from Tinubu's lawyer. Tinubu's lawyer come ask say, are you aware that a letter dated July 6th, 2022 was written to Tinubu by INEC concerning his domination? The answer, I'm aware. If to say these people allow us, this thing for day easy, because when I go there, hear and from them, you go there very easy. But here, if you go just write them out, waiting transpire. So the second one, we say Tinubu's lawyer come ask again, are you also aware that there is a formal clearance report written by Shetima to APC and APC wrote to INEC? That one na the question where they ask. Now, the continuation for here, Tinubu's lawyer come again. He say, witness, you seem to be interested in the US matter. Are you aware of a formal clearance letter dated February 4, 2003, issued by the legal attaché to the US Embassy? This very letter where they talk about, now letter where we say we go show una, but make we clear this very particular one first. We go show una that very letter, and una go see say no be clearance letter where come from the issue. The issue where then they talk about no be waiting, then go ask for clearance. Then go they ask clearance whether Tinubu done they indicted before or whether they don't arrest Tinubu from FBI. We go come to that one and we go show that one. And even me and Dr. Etelba talk about him, so he go explain them, because how he take explain that one sweet me. So the witness can answer say, I am not aware, except it was drawn to my attention. The person wey get sense, you know, go just carry something wey you know. Everybody don't see that letter. We go show na the letter. So you go just carry one thing wey be say, you know, even consign the this thing, come carry and come they bring this wey be say they know they no be waiting then they talk. When they talk about the forfeiture, the drug money where them forfeit, $460,000 US. Come they ask them about clearance letter. Now, Labour Party lawyer wey dey there come talk say, I don't know whether a document not in evidence is being used to cross-examine a witness, and your lordships are having them on record, my lord. You cannot cross-examine. Now, while we go to the next page, I want to make una understand this is like an objection from Labour Party's lawyer. Talk say this very document where they talk, no even there for court, no even there for evidence. So you know suppose they bring them out, because you know they never tender the thing for evidence. So why then go allow? Then when they talk about the record of the court, now they say they don't begin they write them down as part of the record. So our lawyers they very sharp, very attentive. It be like say before they enter court, then go drink coffee. Where we say go give them that energy. So with witness, with a document not made by the witness or shown to the witness, it means say they not even show them the document. They not even present the document. They just begin to ask some nonsense question. Then see what in the judge can talk. Please let the lawyer land. I won't speak in grammar. Anyway, please revise your objection. Now the judge, they tell that Tinubu lawyer now, revise your objection so we can make progress. The lawyer is not tendering a document. He is only asking the witness if he is aware of the document. He has not given or shown us any document yet. For me, anyway, I go call Dr. Etel now. LP lawyer say, objection, that documents are altering my loss record. You know, we are objecting even when the talk say this thing. So before we go to this number 4, Dr. Etel, I beg, join me on this issue of this document now where we say lawyer and the witness and the judge don't begin argument, don't they arise for that one. Make you for explain and make we for show that document. We will come back to this number 4, but make we show that document to our people, make them for understand the issue where they there. So I beg our producer, project that letter, then Dr. Etel, make you explain to our people this very letter. I don't know this kind your projection, no, because this thing can't there one kind blow. But anyway, Dr. Etel, I beg, help me dissect this letter where we say, you know even concern waiting than they do for court.
2003. This same Wahala in Binde Lagos. This Kayamo, this Jesus Kayamo now will be whatever. And former the late Ganifa Wemi, now them they handled this case that time. Papa Balogun was Inspector General of Police. Incon Wright, the let me see the heading. Incon Wright, the consular of
US Embassy.
US, asking whether there is anything where FBI being gate for their record against this particular person in question. Make I explain something. In America, there are bodies in America just like in Nigeria. Now, not say for Nigeria, we get EFCC that handles economic and financial crimes commission. We get ICPC, Independent Corrupt Practices Commission. So ICPC handles issues that has to do with corruption. EFCC handles economic and financial crime. You know, say financial crime now also corruption. It takes, depending on how you take CM. But there is corruption that warranted in financial crime. So, person will do something that has to do with money. Here, ICPC fit go invite them, try them, send them to court. EFCC fit do the same thing. Another one, Kuma, is DSS fit come arrest somebody self. Remember when DSS busted the office, the offices of judges during the Buhari's regime? DSS. Even for yesterday, we had said DSS go occupy EFCC office. And finally, we also have police. Police that you can go and report that someone robbed you or something of that nature. All these people are empowered by the law to initiate a proceeding that might end up in the court. And the court will try the person, either find the person guilty or not guilty. The letter that was written in 2003 was addressed wrongly. They were asking if there is any information that is on FBI record. Did they ask if there is anything that is on the record of DEA? Okay, I didn't even mention the one where they handle drug in the NDLEA, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Their duty are people that have to do things that relate to drugs, you know? So cocaine, heroin, Igbo, all those things. Those people too, then fit arrest you, and as then they arrest you, it can't connect for money laundering. Then fit invite EFCC, or just like that, it go land. If you're a government worker, if it connect ICPC, and all of them will end up arriving at the court. In the same way, in America, there is a drug enforcement agency that works like our own NDLEA. There is FBI that does their own investigation. FBI is under the Ministry of Justice. It's under the Ministry of Justice. It's like the investigative arm. There is also police, as this one happened for Chicago. There is Chicago Police Department. It's called CPD. Okay? So if na police will invite you, you go there for the record of the police. If na FBI will invite you, you go there for the record of the FBI. If na DA will invite you, you go there for the record of DA. But the court system, everything will end up landing at the court. Now the court will handle this case. Now there, Labour Party go get certified true copy of the case they have handled on this particular person and whether they find them guilty or not. That letter where they write for 2003. If you write EFCC for Nigeria, say, you get somebody where would they check? When I get them for record, they fit no get them for record because that person's record there for NDLA record or that person's record there with DSS. Unless they asked maybe EFCC, please, can you people help us check all the other law enforcement agencies in Nigeria, like DSS, like NDLA, like police, But this one, if you ask, now waiting you ask, now you go get. And you don't see them say, in this particular situation, if they had asked the court that is in Chicago, do you have anything on record concerning this person? The court will write. And that's not the same thing Nine Labour Party don't do now. They don't go straight to the court and say, is there a case you handled at so and so time? Did this person get involved in that case? Can you give us certified true copy? Now the certified true copy, now don't land for court. So this sake of say this APC lawyers and co, they know say they no get case. That's why they were trying to ask the witness unnecessary question to divert attention. Just to just create some charade in the court as the case may be. But I am happy. Okay. And I want to explain here, the way this particular trial is going is such that every evidence has been submitted in writing. Everything where Labour Party gets is already submitted. They have it in writing. So all they need to do is to submit their whole argument. Now, others can now begin to cross-examine. Not that type where we say they come there from morning till night, they're going to say, I ask you, I put it to you, I don't put it to you. They don't put everything for writing. So the argument will now be, will that thing where they put for writing be accepted by the court or not? And as you can see, the court has finally accepted the argument of Labour Party. It is now on record. The only thing that APC or the President Tinubu's lawyer can do is to go and do their own counter argument. But as per the argument of the Labour Party, it is submitted.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Etel. You don't explain this thing well, and we don't already show the letter where we say then they ask for courts, and this letter then talk say from what we see from that very court transcript of the question and answer where they come out from court, even supposed to come in at all, and that's why the judge they talk say now just make them for as the lawyer take action saying that whether they are aware. So, but we make them face the substantive thing where they make them know they bring frivolous things they enter inside. I beg, help me project the thing, make we they see what thing they happen for court, make we continue from where we stop. So he said, the judge said, what does it matter if the witness has seen the records or not? So that one, they say laughter in the court. Now we say everybody where they court begin the laugh for inside court. But we don't already discuss that matter. Then don't laugh for their own. We, they know they see our teeth. We know they laugh. Our own be say, the matter will be say, if they make them attend to the matter, make they know they bring something will be say, no, they're relevant. There at no point did the FBI clear Bola Tinubu of any wrongdoing in the US. If not so, make him go US, make we see. Now, Tinubu's lawyer again, he said, my lord, he took 5 minutes out of my time. Now this argument where then they get to, he can't begin the talk, say then taking 5 minutes again. you know, to the witness, you were aware that all the proceedings were civil proceeding. Now the witness now in the house, that Labour Party witness, now the witness said civil forfeiture. You know, go change somebody mind. So person will know what him be lawyer. He's a practicing lawyer. He know. They go tell and say you are aware that the proceeding were civil proceeding. It's a civil forfeiture. And Tinubu's lawyer can say, no, I said they are civil proceedings. Let's see number 5. See, if they try to force the guy, witness again said it's a civil forfeiture proceedings. Everybody for court begin to laugh. You see, Tinubu's lawyer come again. Do you have the copy of the charge against Tinubu? The witness talk say, I did not mention charge and don't have a copy. I am grateful. You see, and then Tinubu's lawyer said, all right, you are a colleague. When you finish, come to this side. The court laughs again. You see, so then go begin to ask the team, make them they bring out the things where we say in no day relevant. In no talk say they charge Tinubu, you know. In no talk say they charge Tinubu. See, make you help me project. You get one man where tell us say this matter with the talk na criminal case. Before we go back to the other part of the short transcripts of what happened in court. He gets one man who specifies say this is what they call civil. Say for US na criminal. He get criminal procedures where that thing carry because say na revenue as them look for Ahmed Tinubu or Bola Tinubu as the case might be. As they look for him, as they no see him, now then come talk say US come talk say okay, as the man no one come show face, make them go collect the money where there for that account. Now waiting happen. So again one man will come to it. Now for Twitter now we see this. So I said before we go back to waiting happen in court, make I show now. He said if you are already unaware, the order for forfeiture document made reference to the fact that at official bat na Bola Tinubu in the talk committed 5 crimes per the IRS CI affidavit. Una go see am for screen as it take be. Waiting in the talk say that very order of forfeiture document is say that fact there is a crime. It say even 5 crimes per one of those affidavits where they and we get all the affidavits and all the court documents. Even this court document where they for this court of appeal as we they talk this tribunal, their own. Then get them. We will get them myself. Now, you see this man continued. He outlined the something. Number 3, where they here now, bank fraud. Make una check them. It's 18 United States this thing. This thing there, if you go search them for online now, this very place, you go see them. Number 4, failure to file tax returns. Because all the money wey there for that very place you suppose file for America. Even Nigeria here we get wetin we dey call tax returns. That one na crime again. Make you check the section wey there for the screen. Then number 5 is lying to a federal agent. The lie wey be say it don't happen. So the forfeiture proceedings wey we dey talk now and subsequent order arose out of these criminal indictments. Now, so the person take to it. The main ingredients of this offense is dishonesty. Dishonesty. And that will bring me back to what happens in Nigeria. So, Dr. Eta, before you come in, I want to the producer to help me show where our Supreme Court Justice, the main Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, where he said clearly that forfeiture means punishment for crime. Una dey see am for screen now. Back to home, Una don't see waiting there for US for that very matter where they discuss inside court for there. So we they try to break them down, make una for they understand them. So now when we don't talk, say all the laws where they for US they will make that thing to become crime. When una Google them, una go search them, una go get them, because most of the laws of the United States they're online. You go get them. Now, if you come to our house where we dey now, this same Chief Justice of Supreme Court, where they on your screen now, for your own, for 2000, I think 2001, I'll be 2021. It's a flashback. The day CJN Ariola ruled that the forfeiture means punishment for crime. Dr. Etel, before we go to the transcript of what happened for court again, because they try to draw analysis, make you try to chook your mouth inside this one, especially as this our Chief Justice talks say forfeiture means punishment for crime. I beg, help us explain them to our audience.
I think that judgment where both this current Chief Judge and the former Chief Justice of the Federation were all panelists was, I think it was in 2005, if I am correct, on a case between Sani Abacha's son, late Sani Abacha's son, and the federal government. The Abacha's son had gone to challenge the forfeiture order that was imposed on him, that and the court found him guilty, saying that he should forfeit that because it is the price you're paying for committing a crime that you are now being forfeited. Just like this particular case we are talking now in the US, the person in question was not physically present in the US because he was already in Nigeria as a governor. So they tried him in absentia. And when they finished, the government pounced on the money that was in our account and declared it as, quote, as proceed of crime. As proceed of crime. So I definitely know that it is expected of lawyers to always come to court to try to produce counter arguments. And that is what the APC and the Tinubu's lawyers are trying to put up, including even INEC, that is now an extension of APC. That's what they are trying to put up in the court there. It's expected of them. It's their right. But the argument is there. I think it is clear there that what happened was a forfeiture for a crime. It was termed proceed of crime. Secondly, and it happened in America, it happened in Illinois, in Chicago, and it's been submitted. Another one they're trying to say is, oh, are you aware that this is more than 10 years? Well, you do know that the section of the Constitution that refers to statute bar after 10 years is not that section that this particular crime is being argued, so to say. So I think it's a very simple thing. I don't know what the Supreme Court is going to do again, but it is fine that the man who said that forfeiture, because he was the lead person who read the judgment, who said that forfeiture is a price you pay for committing crime. He was just ordinary member of the Justice of the Supreme Court then. Today, he is the Chief Justice of the Federation. I am sure that according to him, according to the promise he made when he was appointed acting Chief Judge and later the substantive Chief Judge, he said that he will defend the Constitution. Defending the Constitution also means looking at the precedents, other cases that the Supreme Court had decided, which now rest on his shoulder. It's not just a case that Supreme Court had decided before, but the one that he himself was the lead person that used his mouth to read it and say that when we forfeit something, you are, as it were, paying for a crime that you committed.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the court transcript now. Let's see what questions that are being asked to the witness and what the responses are. Can you help project it again so that our viewers can see what the questions are being put on the short listen? Okay. I think in this very place is Tinubu's lawyer to the witness. Please confirm to the court what crisis you were involved in relation to Amor Car Improvement Union. Me, I don't know wetin concern Amor Car Improvement Union with the matter where we get, where they talk about presidential rigging or presidential election. I don't know whether na for Amor Car Improvement Union waiting INEC get their headquarters. But anyway, make we go to the next thing where happen. LP lawyer response, which is like an objection. He said, I do not know, and there is nothing like crisis in the witness statements. In the petition and the responses, my lord, I submit that these questions are not relevant. The sky is not the limit of cross-examination. It must be tied to the case. You see that thing when I talk before, my people. You see, already the court, they there, and my laws were there for the court, then they listen to waiting. This man begin to ask question where we say he no day in a court. Maybe in a God just they make them they ask all these kind of nonsense questions. Me, I don't know. But one person where they go begin to talk about waiting concern Amoka community. But make we see waiting the judge talk. Judge to Tinubu's lawyer. What are you driving at? Yes, he asked some better question. Make we know why in the go Amoka. No, tell me.
They are trying to discredit the witness so that he will become what is called, what they would describe him as someone who is not a credible witness. More or less, what it means is this: you cannot be a bundle of a mess and you expect to produce something that is excellent. They want to discredit him as a troublemaker, as probably a man that is mentally unstable, who cannot be relied upon. What he says cannot be taken seriously, and therefore let us everything he has submitted or everything he represented, including his evidence, should be tossed into the dustbin because he's not a credible witness. That's where they are driving at.
Okay, I think that's what in Tinubu's lawyer respond myself, because for here for the screen, a talk, the purpose of cross-examination, this one are the answer where you give the judge. The purpose of cross-examination is to expose witness. I want to demonstrate that this witness has a penchant for causing crisis anywhere he goes. So what in concern crisis with the court where then there now? Yeah? So the judge can say this is a court, a civil matter. So why are you laughing? Because as the man talk finish, he begin to laugh. So Dr. Ete, you understand what? So now the same thing where you talk now, in they talk. But then just one begin they bring issues when no they're relevant. So even the judge admonish him.
These people can survive in this whole thing is to find some technical ways to meander and to wriggle out, because they know that the evidence that have been amassed against them are incontrovertible. It is mountainous, so to say. So the only thing they can hang on now is to find some technical ways, some dubious ways to do you understand? That's what they are looking. They can't look the evidence in the face and discredit it. They can't look the evidence in the face and counter it. That's what is happening here. Yes.
Okay. My people, before I continue, I get my own objection. Me, I know they court. I go get almost 2K people where they watch this very broadcast. And to like video, to like waiting what they do here. No, then I ask some question like this, whether no opposition they watch us. Because if no opposition I go understand why you go to watch this video and to share and to like the video myself become another thing. I bet make una know verse. If not the oppositions they here, if now obedience when we say they want new Nigeria, if now people when we say they like the things where they bring come, where they sacrifice their time to watch them and to share them, I bet make una like them. You know, make una like am, make e for dey go reach other people, because as you dey like am, na im go make you too begin dey share am to other people, make dem see say plenty people don like this thing, dem go dey suggest am, make people dey know, because to succeed for this very new Nigeria wey we dey talk, everybody go chook their mouth, go chook their hand. Abeg, make una for like am as e take be. So abeg, make you make we go back to the wetin happen for court, abeg. So okay, Tinubu's lawyer come respond, talk say in Amoka community that is he's from. There were two issues that happened there, so these questions are very relevant. Wetin be the issue wey happen to Amoka community wey be say concern this tribunal wey we dey talk about Nigeria and the election wey happen for Nigeria? Anyway, as Dr. Etel don talk, then they bring irrelevant things, make them for the waste our time. But anyway, I think there's an objection from a Labour Party lawyer. In shout them out. Objection. Amoka community is not part of their reply in the petition. I beg, check again whether we get this thing. Our producer, we get number 4 for there. So as it take be like say then they get their this. Make we try to connect, because for court today, the matter just very, very brief. As at this morning, very, very brief. And again, Dr. Etel, I beg, I won't make you chook mouth, because I hear say this election tribunal don't admit BIVAS, the report, certified report on BIVAS as evidence. And I hear say then they object. This thing just they shoot in now. Say protest they come out from Tinubu's lawyer, say they no support, but then don't agree say this thing go come. Why then go begin the protest again now? Make the thing begin the delay. What will be your take for that one?
No be your people that talk say even person with them, even when you buy Christmas goat, remember that Christmas goat where you buy? The time okay, no be you they buy, the time where your papa where they buy Christmas goat. When you they drag the goat go to the place where you go kill her, you know go the struggle. Haba. It's a normal thing. Do you want them to come to the court and be saying yes so, yes so, yes so for everything? I don't just talk them now, say the evidence before them is incontrovertible. So they are going to struggle to try to find other way to distract us. But you know, say the BIVAS, first and foremost, accepting the BIVAS record is like what is called the whole locus standi of this election surrounds the BIVAS. Because na BIVAS na go determine whether there is overvoting. Na BIVAS record na go determine whether there is manipulation. So what waiting the Labour Party lawyers don't do be say, if you accept this pillar now, every other thing will begin to circle around it. They can now afford to say, you see, BIVAS says so and so, but this does not prove it. So that thing when they say the proof of fraud is incumbent on the petitioner, gradually it will now be transferred to INEC to come and prove that they themselves, that what they said they did was exactly what the law said. So it is obvious that they are going to fight it. Both INEC that issued it and APC will fight it because they know that it is the, how do we call it again? It's the, oh, I've forgotten that terminology, but it's like the box, the Pandora box. Yes, it's the Pandora box where everything will come from. So it is expected. But even at that, I am still wary. Remember the programs where we don't do here. We don't know to what extent they have corrupted the content. I like to play some devil's advocate. It may just be that they have corrupted it and they are doing this thing so that finally they will say, even though we are fighting, we didn't even know the content is in our favor. Remember they said, if Labour Party can win Lagos and then win Plateau State, what else are they saying? That this election is not fair, even though we know that the so-called Lagos result was manipulated. I don't know if you understand how I'm linking these two things. There is there is a probability that they may be fighting just to create a facade because they know that they have corrupted the content. So that when eventually the content plays into their favor, they will say, we didn't even know that it is in our favor. After all, we are fighting. Oh, how innocent we are. Are you there?
Yes, I am very much around.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Tai. Since our time, don't they give us signal, make we begin the round up and carry our car for studio. I want bring to our people to say tomorrow, court don't adjourn today because they're very brief today. So they not adjourn for tomorrow. So every go resume tomorrow. And before we hear from Peace, I want make we take some sound bites from our sister, Aisha Yusuf. I join her in the call for what she stands for. And let's take a sound bite from her.
Come in, first of all, just to briefly talk about a particular case that was mentioned a little bit earlier, the decision that was made by the Supreme Court on the double nomination of Senator Shettima, is to say that the court has ruled that the party that came in didn't have the local standing to do that. It's not so. The thing is still on trial. In terms of whether, for me, one of the things I think we must be consistent about is to understand that without justice, we can't have development, and we cannot keep pushing things away and just throwing things, sweeping things under the bed and all of that. We can't just move on to say that the president has been sworn in and all of that. I don't recognize that a president has been sworn in Nigeria. Not my president Buhari, not my president Tinubu, and definitely we need to get to a place where we are not giving people enabling environment to use everything to rig themselves into power and then legitimize themselves because they go on. This acceptance has been what has kept Nigerians down, and we must ensure that, first of all, let's work on getting that justice. First, he didn't get the highest number of legal votes, and that's in contention. And if we keep moving on, we continue to create enabling environments for people to do heinous things for them to get into power. We must consider political coup in the same way that we consider military coup.
Hamza.
We don't say, my people, you don't hear from our sister, we be Madam Aisha Yusufu. Make we know they give these people enabling environment to the rig, because it can't be like saying that they allow them, they give them power to do anything they like, and they go force us make we no talk, make we close our mouths. But I like as obedient and Nigerians, they do their thing this time around. They show these people say they can't step on us anyhow. They feel no just walk all over us, make we close our mouths. We go fight back, because now human beings we be. And as Mr. Kanu don't talk say today's court case they adjourn them, put them to tomorrow na 1st of June. And even if they adjourn, we go still they join them. And they talk say some Labour Party councils, some people were sick. So the court case was very, very brief. They had to shift it to tomorrow. And that tomorrow we go still join them again. And say this thing no day easy. We they try for una. We they try make we they bring these updates for una. See as we even analyze, bring out the dialogue and everything one by one. Even as we see the videos, make we they hear the thing where they happen for there. And the least you can do is to show us your support. Show us that you appreciate what we they do. Like the video, not too hard. Like them, share, comment, share your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. Now all these things you feel take encourage us. And again, if you want to support us financially, we get Zelle, we get Cash App, we get Nigeria accounts, we get everything. For the description under this video, once you click there, it will take you to anywhere where you want to go. And if you still never follow us for other social media platforms, we there at Obidati Family TV. Give us a follow, and we really, really appreciate. So tomorrow, make sure you join us, because we they come back again with the court case where they go on now. For now, my people, make una take care. Una bye bye.